Okay, so here is how to do a big braid, whether you call it a Dutch braid or a European poofy braid or a cobra braid. First you have to have a willing horse. Stewie, there's the willing horse. So this is our third attempt at the braids. You need a willing horse, which we have, Stuart the willing horse. You need a very kind trainer who's not going to put his fingers in front of the video. Okay, so normally I don't section off the hair like this ahead of time. But because we want to get a good braid, it's easier to do it down his neck. So, the first thing you're going to do is measure off your horse's mane and divide it. The braids that I do, you can see how thick they are. I'll measure them at some point. But I have a mark on my comb which is like this, so I know that this is my braid. I'm going to make 3 sections of hair, obviously for the braid, but first I'm going to use my quick braid. Don't get the quick braid on their neck or it will make white marks. Not that you wouldn't wipe your horse down before showing anyway, but it's harder to get them off. And I get it down to the end pretty damp. His mane is very soft, so it tends to, and I just washed it, so it tends to slip through my fingers. So this makes it a little tackier. So you're going to come straight up. I'll try to keep my head out of the shadow. You're going to come straight up. Oh, baby. You're going to come straight up and you want to take 3 sections of hair. Now, for the other side, you only really want to see one seam in the middle, so you kind of go in an angle. So your lines are going to be like this and like this. That's not as important, but I like to section mine like that. So you have 3 sections like this. Again, not as important. What is important, however, is that you cross over. Stewie, hold still. Now it's windy. You're going to cross over and not under. I usually braid under, so it takes me a little bit longer to actually physically do the braid when I do it like this. Can you see? But you're going to braid straight up, and you're going to leave a little bit of give down here so that you can make the cobra type braid. So now I've done that, I'm just going to come down. I know, Stewie, you're tired. And you're just going to finish the braid. Again, it takes me longer to do it like this because I'm used to braiding under rather than over. Get to the end, band it. This tail is a little long, but we'll deal with it. Okay, so I come like this, leave the hair down, and I roll it or fold it. Oh, Stewie. And I roll it, kind of pull it over to make the hood. Put my needle in, straight through. I do it to the left-hand side of the braid. Come straight through. I do have a knot at the end. I know that not everybody does that. Stewie, hold still. Come here. I come out on an X like this at an angle. So I'm making the first part of my X, which is in the braid. Come straight back through, straight, and then again at an angle like this, making the X, coming out somewhat near where I went in. Depending, I may go back through one more time because I'm worried the braid will come out, although it probably won't. Come back through at the base, pull it, and knot it. Again, I think that it probably would stay without the knot, as everyone has told me, but I'm worried that it will. Then I cut it. Oh, don't cut your horse. And there you go. I'll do one more sewing. And always make sure you have plenty of thread on your needle when you're getting ready to video, so you don't have to stop in the middle. Thread your needle. Again, some people don't make their knots, but I do. This is wax thread that I've purchased at Michael's. We've probably been to 7 or 8, 9 maybe shows, and I still have plenty of thread left. So here we have a braid. You see when I push up on it, here, I'll do it like this. Again, fold it over, kind of roll it down, and shove it into itself, kind of making this cobra. It's more like a ball. Come in. Can you see it? Go straight through. Again, I'm coming back out at an angle. Oh. Sort of at the base. Come back through very close to where I went in, straight this direction. Make the second part of my X coming back through this way. Pretty close to where I went in. Okay. I always go back through once for good measure. Okay, your child calls you incessantly in the middle of the braiding, and I knot it. And then you clip it. Now to get the braids out, have fun with that. You get a seam ripper. This braid I'm going to redo. This one I'm going to leave, and then this I always leave to the morning of the show because it's not that great. But we will have. This is the part that I feel stretches the most. I might do this tonight, but I'll probably just do this tomorrow when we get there. And then I want to